Hey, fellas. Welcome back to the Fellas Show. My man's getting hydrated. We're here preparing to present you with sports goodness for 2 hours here on this beautiful Monday, June 28th. Let's cut
It's
the
Monday.
music.
It's Monday. I'm excited. I'm finally back. I'll be here all damn week for freaking once, and I am excited.
Freaking one time.
For freaking one time. Boy. What a weekend for sports.
Yeah, we got some stuff.
We got some stuff. But first things first, Sean. The first sticky finger injection.
Yeah.
It finally happened. It finally happened. I was thinking about pushing this off, but I can't. It's too much fun to talk about. We have too much fun talking about MLB and the sticky finger situation. And finally, someone pushed the limits.
Yep.
It finally happened.
They went and did it.
Hector Santiago.
Oh, he did it now.
Who I actually don't know of, but apparently he's a veteran, so you know he definitely was using sticky.
Yeah, he's been on that sticky for a minute now.
He's been on that for a while. Gets caught late in the game, White Sox Mariners, and then I believe they called the game after that. There was a reason that they were going to call the game, and then that happened, and then they did anyways. Hector Santiago gets checked. They confirm that he had some substances. They kick him out. And then in a post-game interview, they ask him, how do you feel about being kicked out? And he's like, I wasn't even using sticky stuff. It's like, well, sir, I think they kind of determined that you were. I think that's kind of why you got kicked out.
Yeah, he said here's the two sides. He said that the ump said he felt sticky stuff in the inside of the glove, but all I used was rosin. I used it on both sides trying to keep that sweat from dripping out. I don't know if maybe he's unclear on the rules or maybe everyone's unclear on the rules, but I feel like that's exactly what everyone was talking about. And then even the manager, Scott Cervais, he was like, he had rosin all over himself. Phil thought he had sticky stuff on his glove. There is no sticky stuff in the glove. But, like, if you're covered in sticky stuff...
Yeah, isn't the number one thing that they just banned rosin?
Yeah, and doesn't it not have to be on the glove to, like, be on your throwing hand? I don't know, right? If it's, like, all over your body...
Yeah, I mean, if it's anywhere, you can grab it and then
put it on their arms and stuff. Like, isn't that?
Yeah, they put it anywhere. Yes, they put it on their glove. They put it on their hat. They put it anywhere where they can just grab it quickly and get sticky things on their fingers because rosin and sweat combined is very, very sticky.
But the manager literally said he had resin all over himself, as if that was a good defense.
I did not use sticky substances. It was just covered all over my body. I promise my pitching hand never touched it.
Which, all right, maybe.
Okay, Hector. Whatever, Hector. You freaking liar.
I mean, they took his glove away, so they'll probably just, like, test it real quick or whatever.
I mean, I feel like if it's covered in rosin, it doesn't need to be tested.
No,
be like,
I don't think
this glove is much more sticky than this glove. You need to leave the game now. It is that easy. I mean, I don't agree with kicking someone out because they have rosin, but that is the rules now. Yeah. And you got to follow the rules, Hector. You're not above the law, Hector. Just because you're a veteran and always use sticky stuff doesn't mean you still get to, Hector.
Sorry, Hect. Not today.
Not today, cheating little bastard.
That's a 10-game suspension for the boy.
Holy shit, that's right. Which is basically only 2 probably, but because he went to start it in a couple. But
fair enough.
I mean, still 10 games. Good, I guess. I mean, I just like that it's controversial.
Yeah, hey,
because it makes baseball more exciting.
I'm surprised we got this far without having one.
I'm shocked that this was the first time it happened. I'm shocked that we are what, 10 days, a week?
Yeah, it was.
We're over a week now.
8 days. 8 days. The first day was the 20th of the actual checks.
Rob Manfred's gonna come out. I'm really disappointed that, because what did he say? It was like the first 3 days. He's like, I'm really happy with where it's going very well. Very well. When it was like 3 days in,
Yeah.
It's going so well after all the starting pitchers were just bitching everyone out, and like managers are going after pitchers, pitchers are going after managers,
taking off their pants. It was a madhouse.
Stripping down. Rob Manfred's like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Rob Manfred hates baseball.
That's what I've heard.
It's not a lie.
I can't say
it's not a lie.
It sounds correct these days.
It sounds very correct. But yeah, I'm shocked we got this far.
Yeah.
But hey, 8 days without an incident. Reset the old accident chart. Write a big 0 back on it. Restart the count and see how far we get next time. Yeah, his ass got thrown out. He's done. Bye.
Sorry, boss.
What else do we got?
I don't know.
Oh, we got playoffs. Trey Young has an MRI.
Yeah,
it's just a spraying, right?
Most likely. He had to exit the game though, and then it's just funny. It's like all the wacky falling over and flopping back and all that. And he gets injured stepping on a ref's foot. You know.
Big baby.
And he did say post game, it's sore right now, it's hurting, it's frustrating, it's hurting a little bit. I can't go as fast as I wanted to, and when I did, it hurt. My blow by speed is a big part of my game. It's more the push off the blow by speed. So he's not 100%. Might be all right by next game. MRI will probably be fine though, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But
I'm pissed that they lost that last night. I really am.
Me too.
If you missed it, me and Sean called Hawks in 6. We were kind of aggressive about that one, which is still up. Hey, it's still there.
Yeah, it's only 2-1, you know.
I did say Hawks in 5 or 6, so the first one's gone now. But they had it too. Fucking Chris Middleton, just you bastard, Chris. What did he score in the fourth? Like 8. He went like 18, 4, and 3 in the fourth, I think.
He went crazy.
Got an insane stat line in the fourth.
I actually have that.
20. Wait, no. Bucks.
He scored.
Chris.
20
point fourth
in
quarter.
The fourth. Yeah. Out of his career high 38 for playoffs anyway, and yeah, I mean that was about it.
So, I came up with the greatest NBA trade ever last night that will not happen. But I thought about it, and I was like, damn, both teams would be in the Eastern Conference Finals immediately just because the trade goes through.
Oh, I immediately know
Sixers
at least
and Nets.
one person who's in this trade.
Sixers and Nets. Yes, you do. Sixers and Nets. Get this. And I'll explain it after, too, why I think it's such a great trade. Kyrie Irving for Ben Simmons, a first round, and... God, what did I come up with? It was Ben, a first round, Matisse, and they might have to do Maxey too. Or no, Tobias. Sorry. It would be Ben, Tobias, and a first round for Kyrie.
That's more than we had to give up when we were talking about Harden.
Yeah, but it's Kyrie. And you weren't going to get Harden for any less than that. There's no way. So, get this. Stop. You guys get Kyrie. Okay? Immediately Eastern Conference Finals. Immediately. Don't care. You have Joel, Seth, and Kyrie, and then you add 2 other guys. I'm sure you'd be fine with role player because you still got Maxey. Oh my God, I think it'd be the most incredible trade ever. Brooklyn does not need Kyrie. They don't need Kyrie. They have James. They have Harden. They have Harden and Kevin Durant, but they don't have good defensive players. If they get Ben Simmons and then like Tobias, that adds depth for them. That gives them defense.
Well, wait. So it depends who this is. It depends who it actually ends up being here. Because I'm not trading Ben Simmons and Matisse Thybulle. In any world, do I want both of them gone?
Ben and Tobias.
Ben and Tobias possibly, but
you'd have to probably give up would they do that for a second round?
A lot of holes in the starting 5.
It does, but you guys would build it back. Like, you guys would figure out a way. I just think, like, dude, Kyrie and Joel Embiid together would be fucking nuts. Like, absolutely insane. They both give each other the space that they need. And then you add Seth on that. because you can't give up Seth. I think Seth is a huge pivotal piece for the Sixers going into next season because he spreads the floor and everything.
Yeah, so he was the second best player in these playoffs for the Sixers the entire time.
Yeah, and then
Prove
you'd
that.
still have. Yeah, see, it would depend on who you guys actually gave up, but you'd still have Matisse, possibly, if it was just Ben and Tobias and a first round or a second round, whatever it is. I don't know what the value is there. The trade would never happen because there's no way the top two teams in the East are going to give each other the pivotal parts that they need to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. But what I'm saying is if that trade went through, you might as well just lock in the Sixers and the Nets in the Eastern. They could basically be like, hey, want to see each other in the Eastern Conference Finals? And be like, yeah, sure. All right, let's do it.
But both of those players are already both on teams in the East, and neither of which went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I know. I think it would be the greatest fit for both teams.
Dude,
I really do.
It's just a lot for a guy that's played 74 games in the last 2 seasons.
I agree. But, man, would it be fucking cool to watch.
Yeah, it would.
Kyrie and Joel
I mean,
with just like some pieces around. And then you got KD and Harden with fucking Ben just... Dude, they wouldn't even be like... They'd be like, Ben, don't touch the ball. Just get your boards and steal the ball. You don't even have to touch it. You don't have to shoot. Just get better at free throw shooting so there's no hack of fucking Simmons anymore.
Yeah,
just get better at free throw shooting so you're not a liability. And then he wouldn't even have to touch the ball.
Be forever. I just think for whatever happened in the playoffs, he lost it. Because that's not normally how, like...
No.
He's normally at least 55-60%. Like, never that bad.
He's never that
Never
bad.
good.
But he lost all his confidence in that playoff series. It was very clear. He lost all his confidence in the beginning.
James Harden also is a fantastic pairing for him on offense. Like, he immediately becomes the driving, slashing dude he was meant to be. And that's transition, it's insane.
And that's why I think that they don't need Kyrie. Like, they don't need Kyrie. It feels like Kyrie it's one of those things where it's like super talented, definitely it helps your team, but there's other people who would help your team more. Because Kyrie is doing the exact same thing that Harden's doing. And sorry, Harden's better at it. Harden's more valuable on that team than Kyrie is. I wouldn't say he's a better facilitator, but he's not a better facilitator, but he deserves more respect on the court, so therefore he becomes a better facilitator because he spreads the floor more. Because there's no way you're leaving James Harden open at the 3-point line. And I get you're not doing it Kyrie
either. That's not facilitating. That's just being good at shooting threes. Kyrie's a better point guard.
That's what I'm saying, but because he spreads the floor so much, because you have to give Harden so much respect on the perimeter, like he's going to pull up from the logo if you don't have him covered. Yeah, I think I think it makes him a better.
Yeah,
in that situation, it makes him a better facilitator.
Harden is a more valuable piece on the team.
Yeah.
I don't know about facilitation, because Kyrie is one of the best true point guards left in the NBA. But yeah, I mean, it's what you'd want.
I think Harden, it would be.
You'd want Harden bringing it up, or do they have to bring in a point guard and put, or do you want Ben bringing it up? Or do you
I think Harden would. I think Harden would. I think Harden would bring it up. I think Harden brings it up, and then I don't know what you put Ben at. Maybe you put him. No, you can't put him at the power because KD plays power, doesn't he? Or was he playing small this year?
He could move to small. He plays both, but he could move there. He had
to. Yeah, you put Ben at power. I mean, you can keep him at point guard too. He just needs to have a little bit of confidence that he can drive and take a shot. Because you're not going to need 15 to 20 from him. You just need 10. You need 10. You need a 10, 10, and 5 game from him. And then let him get 3 steals or whatever and 2 blocks. And that's all you need from him on that team. Because they clearly need a very good defensive player. That's what Brooklyn needs, is a very, very good defensive player. Like a defensive all-star, basically. I would think, going into next season. And depth. Obviously, because they showed what happens if they have just 1 or 2 injuries. The team can't function because they use all their everything for the top 3.
I'm just looking because I'm trying to think because there's only a couple years in Houston where James was actually the point guard, but it was one of his. I mean, it was the 36-point average season.
Yeah.
That was one of them. But then his other two really good seasons there, he was a shooting guard, and then basically his entire career before then he ran shooting guard. But yeah, he could easily play the point there.
Yeah. I think he plays more of a point guard position in Brooklyn, anyways, more than I've seen him play in recent years, I should say, at least. Because he doesn't seem like the James Harden shooting guard that we all like learned that he was.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, he just seems like a different player, and he is. Like, he's got a different role in Brooklyn. He doesn't have to be shooting 40 shots a game.
The most talent he's ever played with by far.
Yeah.
So.
It'll never happen, but boy, would it be fun to see. I think it'd be super exciting, and I think it would set up both teams better than what they are right now. I really do. Because the Sixers need a point guard. They need a point guard. You just can't put Ben at point guard anymore.
Yeah, probably not.
You have to give Joel space.
Yeah,
you have to give Embiid space.
I know. I just don't know about I don't know about Kyrie.
Yeah.
I really like Kyrie. He's one of my favorite players, period, to watch. Oh, but it's a lot. It's a lot to because it would definitely require what you're saying, like at least two.
It would take
potential
two
starters and
starters.
Ben Simmons, a potential starter, and probably a first rounder, and that is a lot.
That is a lot for a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Is he 32?
He's actually no, he's not that old. No, he's like 28 or something.
No? Is he? Okay. 29, yeah.
Yeah, he came into the league at 19.
Yeah, I kind of forget that. It seems like he's just been around for so damn long that it's like, oh my God, he's gotta be old.
He was on the he immediately was like, what, that
2011,
2012 was his first year.
And then he went to Cleveland after, right?
It was in Cleveland.
Oh, was he in Cleveland?
Did they win the? Is that one?
No, 12 was still Heat and LeBron, right? I think 12 was LeBron's last season at the Heat. Maybe 13.
I'm trying to find like playoffs or something.
Because Kyrie was there before LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. They didn't go to the playoffs until 14-15.
Okay. Which is probably LeBron's first year there.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It crossed my mind last night, and I was like, damn, how cool would it be to see Kyrie on the Sixers, Brooklyn build out their roster a little bit rather than just centralizing it on the big three.
Here's my thing. I'm not low enough on Ben and that he can't be used in the right way somehow.
Oh, yeah.
To be the one giving up in a trade, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if we can fleece someone for Ben, I would love to fleece someone. Yeah. I don't know if I want to, especially if it's Toby, it's one thing, because I
feel like Tobias has to go.
Yeah, I mean he had a fantastic regular season though.
Oh yeah, I know. I just feel like he's the one piece that's like expendable at this point, because you have to get you have to grab something else.
Who were you replacing Tobias with that's better than Tobias?
Damian Lillard.
So you want Kyrie and Dame and Seth and Shake Milton and Joel. 4 point guards and Joel.
Yeah, right.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that lineup.
That isn't actually a possibility though. Is that Dame's the other one that I was thinking about.
Now I would give up. Now Dame is the type of player I would give up whatever they ask for.
Yeah, exactly. He's that kind of player.
But I would if I could do Ben and Toby, I'm more comfortable with than putting Maxey or Matisse in there. Because I'm just give young guys more and more minutes because they look.
Matisse and Maxey could both start on a lot of teams. Matisse, I think people forget that Maxey. Yeah, I think people forget that Maxey would have been a top 10 draft pick, like probably a top 5 draft pick if his Kentucky season wouldn't have ended in COVID. If he would have gone in the national championship, which that Kentucky team probably was on track
would have got close to,
sure. He would have been a top 5 draft pick for sure. And
God,
I
go
don't
fly.
know. Doc Rivers just does
He,
he does it with Shake Milton too, and it pisses me off because he gave Shake what, like, he wouldn't play him until the fourth quarter in the playoffs. It's like, dude, the man's going off. Why don't you give him more fucking minutes?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would rather keep younger guys and just let them play.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, because you see so many teams, like, look at the hot. I mean, there's just so many teams where you don't have a bunch of aging vets that are, just, they have like 10 all stars to their name, but what have they done lately? And
yep,
like that kind of thing. Invest in your draft, especially because the Sixers, one of the Sixers' best things recently has been their drafting. Like,
yeah,
they have
obviously,
had some dang good picks lately.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, Maxey was only getting like 15 minutes a game last year, and that's a crime.
it really is.
She was scoring like he was averaging what?
He's averaging the like amount of minutes he had basically.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, and he
um,
he just looked good. He looked like he kind of had that just
yeah,
play
and I
creation from anywhere. Like he was
and I
really.
hate getting excited for the off season before the season's even over because I'm like, damn, we still have like the NBA finals to go. But I am excited for these NBA off season because I feel like the last 2 years have just been like a soap opera
Yeah, it's
for NBA
always
offseason.
crazy,
And I
dude.
feel like this year is going to be no different, especially with salary cap shit, with COVID and all the other. Oh my God, it's going to be nuts this year. It also makes me think who's going to be the next super team because there's going to be one that comes out of this offseason.
Hmm,
Like where do they stack people? Because Kyrie probably leaves Brooklyn.
true.
Dame probably leaves Portland.
I don't know if Kyrie leaves
I
Brooklyn for sure though.
yeah. Well, they're gonna have to build their roster. They're gonna have to figure
Yeah,
out something to build that roster.
I think they might be willing to run it back though, with
Probably.
the actual with everyone on the
It depends
court.
what they can grab for free agents, I think.
Yeah,
Because if
true.
they can't grab like big free agents, they're gonna have to get rid of them, or one piece to that team. And I would think that you wouldn't give up Harden or KD.
Yeah, just like a good role player though. That's all they
A good
need.
role player, so a little bit of depth, maybe a pick, so you can get a young guy in there. Um, yeah, interesting though. Also, the Simmons and Kyrie have similar contracts, don't they? Because I know Simmons has
Um,
a big ass contract, but
yeah,
I'm
they
sure
are on
Kyrie does
very
too.
similar contracts. Like,
I don't know how many years Kyrie got locked into Brooklyn though. It was probably a 4 year with an opt out fifth, or a 3 year with an opt out fourth.
so Ben Simmons is under contract until the 2024-2025 season, making 29 million that goes up to 38 million for the
Is
last
that
year of the
last year?
contract.
Is that last year an opt out or an option, player
Nope.
option? No.
Just a straight 5 year. It looks like, yeah. Just he's got straight
It's good for
five
the
more
Sixers
years.
at least.
And then let's see.
Because I'm sure Kyrie's getting about 150 million too.
Ben Simmons actually has the largest guarantee on the team right now.
Yikes.
Um, Toby has the second,
Yikes.
and then JoJo. But that's also because JoJo only has 3 years left.
Yeah.
Where's the Brooklyn one? Kyrie, yeah, very, very similar. He's just only signed until 2023 with a player option in 2022-2023.
Okay. What's he getting paid?
33 million up to 36 in the last year.
With a 4 year contract. So yeah, he's making damn near the same thing. 3 year contract.
There's only 2 left on it
Okay.
because one of them was this year.
I gotcha. Well, I still think it'd be a great trade, and I'd be very excited to see it because, as a fan of neither team, it would be very fun to watch. But no, I think getting like a dominant point guard on the Sixers would be nuts. And not to say that Ben Simmons isn't a dominant point guard, but I mean a like a true point guard,
Yeah, no,
a
I hear
dominant
you.
true point guard.
As a fan of the Sixers, then
Yeah.
I
However, I do believe that you shouldn't sell low on Ben because he's 24, and if you truly can work on him and make him not a true point guard, but just a more improved player offensively, more confident player, whatever, he's gonna be. I mean, he almost won Defensive Player of the Year.
yeah. If anything, he
Like, he's
needs to
gonna
be
be
less of a point
incredible.
guard. I think that's what's
Yeah,
holding him
move
back.
him. Yeah, move him.
But man, I would feel just as good about like I don't know, sliding like I don't know, even just like you just need one more guard, and you could even start one of these young guys. Like you can play him at forward, you really can. No one's
Yeah,
stopping us except ourselves.
it's true. You know, y'all shoot yourselves in the foot quite often. Um, it's 10:33. Let's take it to a couple-minute break. Come back. We have more to talk about. A bunch of random shit to talk about too. A bunch of quick little stories, fun ones.
Oh boy,
Get your ass back in here in a couple minutes.
that's my favorite. I love quick little short stories.
Me too.
Okay, we'll be right back there, fellas. fellas. Rawr, we're back.
Hey, if anyone hasn't watched Last Chance U, you need to watch Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Unsponsored. That is not a paid ad. You need to watch The Last Chance U. That's a great show.
We're a little late to the party, I know, but still, doesn't change how good it is. If you already watched it, watch it again. It hasn't got any worse.
I have watched that show the first day it's been released every single season. Besides the first one, I think it took me like a week.
Obviously, yeah, the first
I
one.
love that show.
The EMCC one, I'm in the middle of that, and obviously JB, just a he's an electric dude, dude.
I know.
All right, what do we want?
What do we have to talk about?
Do we want
You lead the charge. What are we talking about?
general college sport, college baseball, or NBA? Which path do we want to take?
General college sport, because I know where it's going, and we did all see. Dude, we are on top of our shit. I'm telling you. We called this last week. We talked about this last week, and we said there's gonna be a bunch of shit coming out because it opened the door for more shit.
But I didn't think it would be this much.
Yeah, no, that was like 4 days ago.
Yeah. Let's take it back real quick.
Yep.
2019. In California, Governor Gavin Newsom, on the set of LeBron James' HBO show, The Shop, where the boys get a nice fade and talk shop, you know.
That was a good show.
It was a good. It's one of those real quick
it had
tangent.
Dame and LeBron and
Drake.
So many players. Yeah.
I mean, it's literally like when you have LeBron as a host, you can have anyone as a guest. Like, that is elite conversation. That's next level people like Chad. That's kind of But
anyways,
so they started this off by the Fair to Play Act. So this is an NIL bill, which refers to a name, image, and likeness regarding that stuff, which is what basically everyone's talking like, hey, at least let these dudes make money off their name, image, and likeness. Right. It also allow dude, just bring back NCAA back games and stuff, whatever. It would make a lot of sense.
Please bring back games.
But yeah, so everyone was getting pissed at the shaky idea of amateurism in college sports. So they started that by introducing the first bill for that. And then, but that hasn't been fully in effect yet, you know?
It's a bill that's been passed in several different states, but not passed by the NCAA at large. And I don't know how all that works, because at one point I felt like it was passed by the NCAA, but apparently it's still not in effect, kind of thing. I don't know. There's weird lawyer things going on, and I don't know exactly who can do what.
But basically, so that was the first NIL bill passed. Now, keep in mind, every one of these NIL bills is different. California's, being one of the first, was one of the more restrictive ones on what you could make money off of. But now, Kentucky has the governor signed an executive order to put an NIL bill into place. And at least 7 other states are expected to do this by Thursday. One of them.
The door has been opened.
The door has been wide open. And what happens is, whether or not you even like it as a state, if you have any kind of big college, if you have one big time sports team in any school in your state, you need to do it now, or else you're never going to get a single recruit.
No. And that's why Kentucky did it, because I'm sure they're going to use it as a recruiting tool for next year for basketball. Are you kidding?
Yeah. So basically, because of the NCAA, despite how many times it seemed like they were working on something, they didn't. We could have had a blanket, flat, just rule for every college, but they couldn't do it because they stink. Yep. So now we're getting all these different ones state by state. It seems like out of these ones coming out, New Mexico is one of the they basically have no restrictions on what, or at least expected to for their NLI bill.
Lobo's making a Final Four run next year.
Maybe, dude.
Imagine.
Michigan is also planning on implementing one.
So you know what could be really cool that comes out of this is whoever's the first one to enact these rules, like the first states and stuff, we could see a real power shift if
Oh,
there's are certain
absolutely.
states, if like New Mexico is a front runner for doing all of this. If they are able to do NIL, name, image, and likeness next year, you watch how good that basketball team is next year. You watch how good that football team is next year. Like if there are schools and states that are the front runners of this, that is the biggest recruiting tool you could use. Like there is no bigger recruiting tool. Hey, you want to come to our school and make money while you play sports on a free ride? Come on over.
Right, especially
We
for
could
all these
see
guys that are like trying to do it to, get out of like a poor
a difficult
financial
situation.
situation
Yeah.
where sports have been like taken them to college. Like obviously, of course, there's value in a degree, even if you don't go professional.
Mm-hmm.
But we also know how it works.
Yeah.
The academics and actually getting in that position is never going to be at the forefront for.
There's
Like,
no reason you should struggle for 4 years while giving everything to the
right.
university if you're coming from a
If they're
hard
being if you're being and
past.
if you're
Like,
being profited off of, you're being
yeah,
profited off of.
you should be able to take care of your family in those 4 years
So
at minimum.
the deal with the California one, which was again enacted 2019, doesn't go into effect until 2023. So while a lot of these bills are planned on being passed on July 1st, Thursday, um, we don't know. It depends, state by state when they actually plan on doing it. Although it seems like, by the sounds of it, so what did I say? New Mexico, Michigan, Florida,
Kentucky,
Texas, Kentucky,
Florida, Texas.
and then California already.
Yep.
They're all of them are going to be putting into place in July. There's something else here.
Texas is a big one.
Texas, yeah, and Florida.
In Florida, that's a big one. Texas, that's huge though, because those guys will get local sponsors all throughout that state.
Yep.
All throughout that state. Doesn't matter what school you go to, you will get local sponsors up the wazoo. And we talked about that. This bill is not for. I mean, it is for the big guys. Good for the big guys, but let's be honest. Trevor Lawrence and them are already making money somehow. Like one way or another, they probably made some money throughout college for being the star that they were. This bill is not for the big guys making $500,000 to $1 million a year, the big Trevor Lawrences and Joey Burrows and whatever. This bill is for the guys at Texas Christian, Jewish, Lutheran, Baptist, whatever. Those guys that get sponsored from the local restaurant and get to make an extra grand or two. This bill is for them.
Right.
At least I think that should be what this bill is about, is for the guys that wouldn't be getting paid $500,000 to $1 million, that can make a couple $100 extra or a couple $1,000 extra from the local Perkins or the local Denny's or whatever it is, like that kind of thing.
So to the NCAA's credit, they've acted quickly on this news. And
Magna Carta asked, pick to win Euros, France.
Whew.
France Magna Carta. France will win the Euros.
It's not coming home. It's going away. So they're working on an interim plan at the moment in the NCAA that would actually take effect July 1st, the same date as these bills. Essentially, that would allow the athletes in these states to follow the state laws without any penalty like that. And then it would also allow schools that are in states with a overall state bill to create their own bills for just a university or college. So even if you're not in one of the states, your school can still do it in the current draft of what we're expecting to see on Thursday. But like once you hear that, you're like, okay, every school is probably going to have some kind of plan in place.
So if your state passes the law, can your school still refuse it?
I think it depends on the wording. It's going to be state by state. I think.
Okay.
I would assume
that'll be really interesting. I don't know why a school would do that, but there may be a reason financially.
I mean,
for
yeah,
a school
some
to
of
do
them,
that. I don't know.
don't make enough money probably to do that off of a college or football team. I would assume that the state schools. I would assume in most cases state schools would probably be required, and private Like institutions can probably do it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would vary from state to state. Um, but also to go last week, the Supreme Court issued a unanimous ruling that the NCAA can't limit athletes' benefits that aren't linked to education. I think that's what we talked about, right? When the
Yes,
Supreme
yes,
Court
and
did that.
that's what basically opened up this whole thing.
So everything just kind of it just hit, and we're gonna
Yep.
get all the final actual documentation and the words and the language of these rules and stuff on Thursday. So
Very
that's it. So right now there's like a draft of a whole thing, and then on Wednesday the NCAA Division I Board of Directors will meet to make a final decision on this actual plan, and then if it's approved, it will go into effect on Thursday, and then bang.
Which is funny because it's not a decision. It's already been decided that this is going to happen. Yeah. It's a meeting on how the fuck are we still going to make money?
Yeah,
how are we going to maximize our profits with this new rule change? That's what that meeting is.
I just love that everyone's been like begging for this for so long, and they're like, I just can't. This doesn't work. And then it's like Supreme Court does it, states it, and they're like, all right, we'll meet Wednesday, get the thing in effect Thursday. We're all good. It's like, oh, it was that easy, huh?
Yeah. Their hand has been forced and they have no other choice, and so they are going to have to come up with a new business model, and that's exactly what they're doing Wednesday. Is like, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing here? We all have $1 million salaries. I don't want to stop making $1 million salaries. How do we fix this? But no, the NCAA gets and I'll say this again because we do shit on the NCAA. The NCAA gets a little bit of a bad rap for well-deserved at times, but at times they don't deserve it because they are the organization that has built college sports. They are the organization that's given players a platform and everything like that. Like, at some point we have to respect the NCAA a little bit. My freshman year of college, I was invited to a guest speaker, and it was Oliver Luck, and he was at time the VP of the NCAA. Oliver Luck, Andrew Luck's dad, came and spoke and just talked about why he felt players shouldn't be paid, but his reasoning wasn't name, image, and likeness. It was like stipends and things like that. And he talked about how the NCAA is a nonprofit, which is not really nonprofit, but and how they give basically every donation that they get is given back out to scholarships and things like that. So NCAA makes a lot of wrong moves. They also make a lot of right moves that they don't get credit for. But yeah, you have to let players make money off their name. It's just that easy. It's that simple. You have to let players make money off their name. You cannot restrict a player to not make money off their name. Yeah. That's called a monopoly and a dictatorship and a cartel.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah,
NCAA
it's anyone else in the world can do it. So
yeah.
Speaking of the NCAA doing a little bit of weird stuff.
Yeah. NC State?
Yeah, NC State baseball. One win away from playing in the national championship. Were removed from the College World Series because of COVID-19 protocols. So right now, the series was tied. The last game, NC State had 13 players available on their roster, and they lost. Probably on account of that.
Who are they playing against?
Vanderbilt. Basically, they said, it's interesting because the NCAA said this decision was based on the recommendation of the championship medical team and the Douglas County Health Department, blah, 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 blah. And then the Douglas County Health Department guys said, we did not recommend that, but we said the NCAA, we would support whatever the NCAA said. But they did not recommend.
They did not say that.
I would assume that the championship medical team probably had more to do with it. And they say, we regret that they will not be able to continue, and they had the right to participate. Feel bad for them, blah, 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 yeah. And they said because of privacy issues, we can't provide further details. But here's the story of their season, man. They started 49 overall, and then they won 33 of their last 43. And they're just cruising.
Imagine that. Imagine that the NCAA doesn't want a smaller team. Whatever. It's fine.
Basically, they're kind of confused about why there was only even 13 players available to begin with on Friday, and then why they even got removed from the tournament, because one player tested positive. 13 players got ruled out as a result of just contact tracing. And then basically all it ever says is further tracing and testing prompted them to not allow them to continue. And that's just it. They just said no. And there's basically no further explanation on the numbers or like why or if it was even possible to, but just no. No, nothing about who was vaccinated, who was not. Nothing about, just nope. Sorry. Vanderbilt goes to the NCAA championship.
That's dumb. Boo. Boo.
I mean, they only had one more game, man. I don't know.
Boo.
Unless every dude on that team was sick, it seems kind of lame.
Boo.
I agree.
NCAA sucks.
I agree.
After I just stood up for them. NCAA sucks.
Yeah, they poopy.
There was a lot of injuries this weekend, I feel like. Say a couple nice words. Keep them in your thoughts. Josh Naylor yesterday from Cleveland Indians. That was a nasty collision. Did you see that at all? Cleveland Indians outfielders. No. Oh my god, dude. Cleveland Indians versus Twins. They're both running just straight at each other, and you could tell the one dude's knee just gets blown out. He starts rolling all over the field and shit, gets carted off. It was brutal. Brutal. And then Jose Abreu gets a four-seam fastball to his freaking kneecap. He also drops. Trae Young drops for a little bit. Too many injuries. I don't like injuries. It's okay.
I got tangled.
Too many injuries.
Yeah, no, there's too many injuries. There's always too many, man. Could you imagine just like a fully healthy season where like you could truly see how everything
where like
played
nobody ever got hurt? Yeah, it would be nuts.
Imagine all the people.
What else? We got a couple minutes till bets.
It's the NBA coaching change rundown.
Oh, true. Chauncey Billups is back.
Yeah, that's a big one. We'll start with the Hawks. Lloyd Pierce was already out, and Nate McMillan, who's been cruising, was the interim coach. Seems like he might just get the gig.
I would imagine. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Celtics, Brad Stevens was out, and former 76ers assistant Ime Udoka.
I have not heard of him before.
He was on the Sixers. I don't know much about what he did, but I remember seeing him on the sideline standing there.
He must be a damn good coach if they trust him.
Oh yeah,
that or they're just gonna let him take the fall next year when Jason and Jalen don't amount to what they're supposed to.
He was just an assistant coach, and then he was also an assistant coach for the Nets. Did play professional basketball. Won a chip with the Spurs. He was also an assistant there from 2012 to 2019.
Damn.
He actually had a pretty long.
I just feel like I've never heard his name like pop up.
You want to hear? This is a crazy. This is his his professional basketball team history. So, 2000 to 2001, he played for Fargo Moorhead Bees, which is a professional basketball club based in Fargo, North Dakota, that participated in the IBA, International Basketball Association. So he played in Fargo, North Dakota. Then he went in 2001. He went to Independiente, uh, which is
That's
in
Dominican.
General Pico, La Pampa province. Uh,
That's
I don't know.
Dominican, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure much about that. And then 2002, he went to the North Charleston Low Gators.
Wow,
Uh,
what the hell?
that's an NBA, I
Where's
guess,
he? Where's
development
he
team.
from?
Nigeria.
Nigeria. Okay,
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's got to be somewhere.
Nigeria
Baku.
to North Dakota to
Yeah,
Dominican question mark to
that's a hell of a transition.
to Charleston, and then the Adirondack Wildcats, United States Basketball League team, which I didn't even know that's a thing. This
How
is
many leagues do
2003.
there exist? I don't even know about any of these leagues.
And then I guess then he went to the Charleston Low Gators, which I'm assuming is the same as the North Charleston Low Gators, but they wanted to shorten the name. Then in 2004, Lakers.
Okay.
2005, 2004 again, to back to the Charleston Low Gators. 2004 again, Gran Canaria. It's in Las Palmas, Spain. Then in
Oh
2005,
shit.
J.A. Vici, which is a French basketball club. 2005, 2006, Fort Worth Flyers. That's just a classic G League team,
Yep.
or D League at the time. Then the Knicks, Trailblazers, Spurs, Kings, Spurs. That's up till 2011, and then 2012 is finally played at UCAM Murcia. It's a professional basketball team in Spain. So he was all over, but had a good run in the NBA, and then
Okay.
has had a good run coaching as well.
So this man is experienced to say the least.
And also has 2 bronze medals in the African Championships.
That's pretty cool.
So that's just neat. Who else? Oh, so Dallas Mavericks, Rick Carlisle's out. They haven't hired anyone. Indian Pacers, they got Rick Carlisle.
I was gonna say, and they got him, which I think is a
Pelicans,
decent move.
yeah,
It's not a bad
I
move.
think that's one that was probably one of the safest ones.
He got paid a lot of money though.
Yes, he did.
He got paid a lot.
SVG, Mr. Van Gundy, out in New Orleans. We don't know
Yep.
yet who for Steve
He
Clifford
will not get another job.
out in Orlando. We don't know yet. Trailblazers, Terry Stotts out, Chauncey Billups in. That's an interesting one.
5 year.
Yeah.
5 year contract for. Oh, I just saw it too. All right, saw it not too long ago. Keep talking, yeah. It's for 5
Wizards,
years.
Scott Brooks is out. We don't know yet. Magic have a very real chance of getting
Oh, I saw that.
Penny.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, very interesting.
Yeah. It'd be one of those things. 'Cause I think he really could be a coach, but it's one of those things where we just hope he's not just there because of his. I mean, he's a Magic legend.
Yeah. By the way, do you know who coaches the? Oh God, I'm gonna get it wrong. Hang on. Do you know who coaches? I just. Uno momento.
Okay.
I don't want to get this wrong. Okay. Did you know that I got it right now? Did you know that Bill Laimbeer is like one of the best WNBA coaches? Like,
I didn't. Where is he coach?
so he's a 2-time WNBA Coach of the Year and a 3-time WNBA champion. He was a head coach for the New York Liberty. In 2016, he guided them to their second straight 20-win season, just second time in franchise history the Liberty hit that mark. But he doesn't. Yeah, okay, thank you. He coaches the Las Vegas Aces now, who just beat the Seattle Storm yesterday, that's the top 2 teams in the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hell of a coach.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He's a very good coach. And it also made me think, do you think he's a good women's coach and men's coach, or just a good women's coach? And is there a difference? I think there would be a difference. I think it's a totally different attitude and probably coaching style. Not in. I don't know how. I don't know how it's different, but I'd assume it's got to be different.
I feel like I don't know the answer. I feel like I want to look up NBA coaches or
It's got to
WNBA
be.
coaches.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how it's different. I don't know if it's more aggressive, less aggressive, more. I mean, and it's got to be more fundamentals for sure, because just the simple raw talent of guys shooting from the logo that doesn't happen in the WNBA, and the simple raw athleticism of guys doing 360 dunks just doesn't happen in the WNBA. So I'd assume you have to work on more fundamentals, and just it might even be harder to coach in the WNBA just because the players just aren't 7 feet tall and can dunk. I don't know, and can't pull it from logos. And
I mean, I suppose it's. But is that easier to coach or harder to coach? Because you got to.
that's what I'm
think
saying.
on the
I
other
think
side of the ball, the defense also has the same. The thing is, if I don't know if it's harder or easier, just completely different. Because you don't see. I'm looking through like every coach's history here, and you don't see anyone that goes NBA coach to WNBA coach, which I feel like I figured they would
Bill
at
was
some point.
a assistant coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves
Okay, he wasn't
in
assistant.
2009 and 2011. Then he went to the New York, so he had a year off. Then he went to the Liberty for 4 years, and now since 2018, he's been on the Aces, and the Aces have been very good ever since he's been on that team.
But just not like a at least a head coaching role then. Yeah, I don't know. And I wonder if you see now that NBA teams are starting to hire a lot more female coaching staff, you'll see move from WNBA to the NBA. I don't know.
Interesting. No, I had heard that he's coaching in the WNBA, and I just didn't realize it was for the Aces. I thought he was an assistant coach for some reason for someone, and I just didn't realize he was the Las Vegas Aces head coach. And I saw it, and I was like, "Wait, that's Bill.
I did not know that.
That's like the dirtiest player in the history
Yeah.
of ever."
Michael
um,
Jordan's nemesis.
True, but I thought it was just really interesting, and it makes me think if there's other NBA guys that would be WNBA coaches,
I don't know. That's interesting for sure.
or if it's just like really hard to make that transition. I don't know. Good for Bill though. Good for Las Vegas Aces. They're damn good, and they are now the number one team in the WNBA after their win against Seattle.
Wow. Who would have seen that coming?
And I was pissed because we had the Sky. However, the Connecticut Sun just upset the very hot Chicago Sky, who we do have a future on.
We love this.
But it's 11. It's 11:09. We need to kick it to a break because I'm gonna start talking about futures all of a sudden. And nope, that's betting talk.
Can't have that.
11:13. Get your asses back in here. It's betting talk, and boy, am I ready. It's been a couple shows since I've been able to do this. I am ready. I'm excited.
Alrighty. We'll be right back for your daily betting, sports betting, talk, and chat. Be right back. Fellas,
Fellas,
how'd I get over there?
you know what time it is, fellas. It's time for bets.
Betting.
Game 1. NHL Stanley Cup Finals. It is here. And guess who has a plus 750 future on the Tampa Bay Lightning? Because they gave us a fucking lob and a half at the beginning of the playoffs for no reason at all. They gave us the best team in the NHL playoffs at plus 750. However, I am sad that it's not the New York Islanders in this series because we had it at plus 2,200 on them. But if the Lightning win the Stanley Cup Finals, we make money on our futures.
Mm-hmm.
We took Colorado, took Lightning, took New York. Put them all same, plus 750 for Lightning. Let's go. Game 1, Tampa Bay is at home, taking on the Montreal Canadiens that are somehow still in this. I don't get it. They just play harder than everyone else, and that's that. They're not the most talented. Their chemistry actually is pretty good, but they just skate damn hard. Game's at 8 o'clock tonight. Tampa Bay is not as juiced as I thought they would be. They are minus 210. Canadians coming in at plus 175. Lightning getting its 50-50 split tickets, but the money is favored on the Lightning at 77%. I'm going to make this real simple. We are taking Tampa Bay Lightning in regulation tonight at about minus 120, minus 110 to minus 120. It's Tampa. It's Montreal. I know that Montreal is just upsetting people and it doesn't make any sense, but I think they've met their match. And I know I've said that every single damn series that they enter in. But I was quick to take it back against VGK because it just looked like they were out skating them completely. You just can't outskate the Lightning. You really can't. The Islanders were one of the most efficient, hardest skating teams in the NHL, and they couldn't beat them at their own game. So you're not going to beat the Lightning trying to outskate them. You're just not. They're too good. If they get a power play, they will score on it, or eventually they will score on one. Just make it simple. The Lightning in regulation tonight. I do think Montreal is very capable of stealing a game or two in this series, but I think it just goes to the Lightning. I think they're too good. I think the Canadians have had a great run, but it's over. It's over. The spread minus 1.5 looks like it's getting a bunch of tickets, but not as much money for the Lightning. So if you want to do that, it's sitting at plus 133. I would not. However, I do think the Lightning are capable of blowing out, but I don't think it'll happen. It is the Stanley Cup Finals. Now, when this series goes back to Montreal, it's going to be interesting because Canada having a shot at the Stanley Cup Finals means a lot to Canada, and Montreal will be popping. But in Tampa, I give it to Tampa. In regulation, minus 110 to minus 120. Easy as that. Simple. No need to talk about it.
That makes you think they're gonna win in overtime.
I know, right? It really does.
It's gonna be just like a 1-1 boring ass.
And Montreal does scare me because they do skate freaking hard. Like if you let down for 10, 15 minutes, they will make you pay for it. However, Tampa Bay is the exact same way. So NBA tonight, we have game 5 elimination game. Suns Clippers. It looks like the Suns are getting -5. Clippers getting +5. 66% of money, 66% of tickets on the Suns. However, money is split 50-50 on the spread. Money line, however, 92% on the Suns. So definitely getting stacked on a little bit. However, money line's at, I guess it's only minus 225. It's not terrible. I'm going to say that I think the Suns cover this at -5. I think without Kawhi once again, and now we're back in Phoenix, I just don't think, and I've said it before, and I've been wrong before, we've been wrong before, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense on how the Clippers could come within 5 tonight.
Yeah.
Elimination game, the Suns are going to be pepped up, ready to go. Clippers don't have Kawhi. They're struggling. They kind of choked the last game a little bit, lost by 4. I feel like that was kind of their last push to try and get the series square, and they couldn't do it. And I just feel like it's over. It's over. And I think that 5 is not that much because there's going to be a shitload of fouls at the end of this game, even if it is close. I think they win by 8. I'm gonna say 8-point win by the Suns. So
8. So then that's a 5. Easy for the 5. I also like the
yeah,
over. 214 seems pretty low.
yeah. However, the last game, what they score like 190 points.
Yeah. And then like before
Actually,
that,
less than that. Yeah,
was it?
184. I don't know. Suns are weird. Suns have turned into this incredible defensive team since the playoffs have started. They barely let the Lakers score over 90 points every game. They've barely let the Clippers score. I guess they've let the Clippers score a little bit, but that has been a little bit of a low scoring series. It looks like the under overs split 50-50 on tickets and money. 214 is pretty low though.
I mean,
110 to 107, 110 to 104.
Yeah, I mean, so they would game 1 would have been over, but I guess after that, maybe not.
Yeah,
I feel like it'll be a big one.
who knows? Ayton having a run. Yes, he is.
He is. I'm loving it.
Stephanie, did you hit a? I think Stephanie hit a. I think I saw. Did you hit a first bucket for Ayton? What did that pay out? I need to. I feel like I do not want to bet first basket because I will lose my mind doing it, and I'll try and put the biggest numbers, and it just won't work. But I see people doing it all the time and cashing out on it. It's like, damn. Maybe I'll think about it. Personal bets, of course. But they do pay really well. Like even the most common guys who are getting first baskets are like plus 200 to plus 300. It's like, damn. But it's time for MLB now, and I'm excited for MLB. Damn, I did plus 600, and he's hit 4 out of the last 5 games. Holy shit.
Jeez. That's
Holy
crazy.
shit. How does that even happen? How do you always get the first basket? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But hey,
because he's got to be
keep cashing
he's
on
got
it.
to be taking the tip. So the man's always got the tip, and then just right to Chris Paul,
right to the
and then right back,
right back, and just lay it up. That's funny. But no, speaking of MLB, God, we have turned it around in MLB this season. We got dick smacked the first couple weeks, and then we were kind of like 50-50 from then on. And the last, 2.5 weeks since we changed our strategy.
Yeah.
Since we changed our strategy around, damn, we have been hitting some. Both hit both unders yesterday. Cleveland Indians somehow don't put up more than 3 against Twins, which does not make any sense to me. Astros lose to the Tigers, but hey, we've been doing pretty well. Also, I did call a soccer game yesterday. I think I'm 3 for 3 on soccer games this year. My only 3 soccer games I've put out.
Just the confident
Good.
ones.
Good for Belgium. Yep. Just the confident ones. I'll be putting out France today too. Guarantee it. What is the first game tonight? Is it 5:10? Am I looking at that right?
Yep. First one's 5:10.
Wait, I just saw it and then it disappeared.
Did it?
Where'd my game go?
It's a good question.
Ah, there it is. Pirates Rockies. All right.
Pirates Rockies.
Pirates Rockies. Rockies at home getting, what is it? Minus 118. Pirates on the road getting plus 102. Looks like Rockies are getting 52% of tickets, 61% of money. Tyler Anderson versus Kyle Freeland. Oh, God, I hate Kyle Freeland. I hate Kyle Freeland. Tyler Anderson for Pittsburgh has a 4.82 ERA with a 1.23 whip. That's actually not that bad of a whip. Kyle Freeland, on the other hand, has a 7.76 ERA with a 1.99 whip. However, last time Kyle Freeland was out, he decided to be a fucking good pitcher. How do I know that? Well, I might have just bet against him. It looks like Tyler Anderson is not as good on the road in his last 3. He's been pretty much on his pace for the whole season. Kyle Freeland, on the other hand, is a worse pitcher at home. And his last 3 has struggled a little bit with a 9.22 ERA and a 1.9 whip. At home, he has a 2.5 whip. However, Kyle Freeland, the last time out, was against the Mariners, and he pitched 6 innings with only 5 hits, 1 earned run, only 1 walk, and he struck out 7 people, which pisses me off because guess who had the Mariners team total over, and guess what didn't hit? Mariners team total over. Anyways, I want to take a team total over on this. However, it's going to be juiced way too high because the game total is 11.5 on this. Give me, I want to say give me the Rockies to win because the Rockies at home is a completely different animal than the Rockies on the road. They are 25-16 at home, which is a very, very good record. Yet on the road, they are 6-31. So I think this might be a stay away game. It is the early game. I don't like betting on early games because weird shit always happens. If I had to lean on this one, I'm going to take the Rockies at minus 120. It looks like around minus 120. Let me check again. Minus 118. I think that's my lean. But other than that, I think it's a stay away game. If you want to put money on the early one, go for it. I got Rockies, and I'm sure the team total over is what, like 5.5, 6.5. Yeah, I don't trust the Rockies to score 7 runs, even if it is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Second game today is at, I think I just had the time, 6:40 Eastern. Let's jump into the pitching. We have the Philadelphia Phillies going against the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. It's Spencer Howard on the mound for the Phillies, Wade Miley on the mound for the Reds. Wade Miley is not a bad pitcher at all, which is interesting because Cincinnati Reds pitchers suck. Their bullpen is the worst in the league. However, Wade Miley is a 2.85 ERA with a 1.06 WHIP. Spencer Howard, on the other hand, struggles a little bit with a 5.59 ERA and a 1.5 WHIP. It looks like Spencer Howard would probably only go for 2 or 3 innings today. He's normally 2 or 3 inning pitcher. Wade Miley, on the other hand, will be pitching for about 5 innings. I think the Reds are in a really good spot here. I don't know what their team total over. Sean's not on his desk right now. Hang on. Give me a second. I need to figure out what their team total over is because I really like the Reds in this spot. I think I like them to win, and I like them team total over. I normally fade the Phillies when they're on the road. They are a 21-14 team at home, yet 15-25 on the road. Reds are 500 at home and 500 on the road, so not much difference there. Let me check their team total over real quick because I do like the spot for them. Okay, over 4.5 on my book is getting minus 150. Over 5.5 is getting plus money at plus 115. I don't know if I'd put the over 5.5. 6 runs seems like a lot. However, they do have the 8th ranked offense in the whole MLB. Phillies starting pitcher's not very good. Their bullpen's not great. Cincinnati's bullpen's not great. I don't know. This is a good spot for the Reds, I think. I like it. I did not check what the money was. Hang on. Let me make sure that the Reds aren't getting stacked on. They kind of are. 65% of tickets, 81% of money. It's a little bit of a stack. The game total over is 9.5. Thank you. I don't know if 9.5 hits. It looks like Wade Miley will probably be a pretty good pitcher off the get-go, but the Reds bullpen is just trash. However, I don't trust the Phillies offense. They have been good as of late. They did very well against the New York Mets, which is a very hard team to put up runs against. However, they only went 4-3-2-1, 12-2-2, 13-3-2. So it seems like they either explode on offense or they're only getting 2 or 3 runs. So I don't trust that. However, I just like the Reds to win here. I really do. I do kind of like that over 4.5. I don't like that it's at minus 150. If you can get it below minus 135, I'd probably take it. Maybe that over 5.5 is worth a look at plus money. That's tough though. I don't like putting money down for teams to score 6 runs. That's a very tall task. However, Spencer Howard will probably get shelled off the rip. He's only going to go 2 innings, and then they're going to get into Philly's bullpen, and Philly's bullpen is not good, especially on the road. But that's that game. Covers has a free pick on this one. Ben Burns is going Cincinnati. Yikes. That does not make me feel good. Looks like Mets, Washington. Don't know the pitcher on this one. It's still to be determined for the Nats. I don't have a play on that one. Yeah. 7:05, we have Yankees Angels. Dylan Bundy on the mound for the Angels. Michael King on the mound for the Yankees. I have something to say, and I knew it, and I didn't put it down yesterday, and I know I should have. Garrett Cole is not a good pitcher. Ever since they took the sticky away, Garrett Cole's been getting shelled, and I honestly think it's because he doesn't have spider tack anymore. He was definitely cheating. There's no question about it. He was caught several times on camera, but nothing ever happened. He was using more than sunscreen and rosin. I promise you. His numbers have dropped off dramatically since that change, and it might be partially mental. I don't think Garrett Cole's that bad of a pitcher. However, remember Garrett Cole used to pitch for the Pirates, so let's not forget that little piece of information. But I wanted to put Boston team total over yesterday, and I didn't because I was like, oh, it's Garrett Cole. No, we're fading Garrett Cole for the rest of the season. He is not a good pitcher. And they're giving him way too much credit on lines. So Yankees got Michael King pitching. He is 0-3, 4.05 ERA, 1.38 whip. So ERA is low, but the whip's getting up there a little bit. Dylan Bundy is a 6.68 ERA, but a 1.39 whip. So their whips are pretty similar. Dylan Bundy does give up a lot more runs. Looks like Michael King will probably be in for 3 innings. Dylan Bundy will be in for about 5-ish. Over under is at 10.5. I don't trust the Yankees. I just don't. Everyone who keeps putting money on the Yankees, I don't understand why. They're barely 500, and I keep seeing people lay tons of money on them against good teams, and I don't understand why. They're at minus 157 with 75% of tickets and 81% of money. I can't bet on the Yankees. I really can't. It doesn't. I don't trust them. I don't trust their pitching. I don't trust their batting. They have the 25 ranked offense. They have the third biggest payroll, and they have the 25th ranked offense. I know they have some injuries, but still. 10th ranked defense, 25th ranked offense. Their bullpen is, I think their bullpen's actually good. Yeah, they have the 4th ranked bullpen, but with the 4th ranked bullpen, they still only have those stats. That's ridiculous. They hit home runs, but they also strike out more than anyone because they have this weird philosophy where if you strike, I don't know, it's weird. I think this is a stay away game. I really want to put the Yankees team total over, but I don't trust it, especially not when it's going to be probably 5.5. If you want to put Angels team total over, I don't know what it's at. Hopefully it's 4.5 at plus money. If it is, take it. 3.5 low juice, maybe take that. I'm not sure. That's 7:05. 7:10. We have Boston at home going against Kansas City Royals on the road. Looks like. Hang on, let me get my odds up here. God, I'm not quick today. I'm slowing down. I know, I got to get back into the groove here. All right, Boston at home getting minus 152. Kansas City Royals on the road getting plus 123. Doesn't seem like a lot. Boston, however, getting stacked on with 67% of tickets and 89% of money. Not a huge stack, but definitely a bigger one. Larry Ness, of course, is picking Boston, as I'm sure everyone will be on today because it just makes sense. The over-under set at 11. What are with these fucking under-overs? Good Lord. This is interesting. Richards is a 4.74 ERA, but a 1.67 whip. That is a pretty high whip. Duffy, on the other hand, a 1.81 ERA, 1.12 whip. Duffy is a great pitcher for Kansas City, probably considered their ace. He has not let up a run in his last 2 games. However, he only pitched 1 inning in 2 innings. And they ended up losing those games 6-5 and 9-4 anyways. Before that, he was giving up 4-3, 1-0, 0-1-0. So he's kind of sporadic. Don't really know what you're going to get out of him. Don't know how many pitches you're going to get out of him, it looks like. This is interesting because I really, really like Boston here at those odds at minus 150. However, their starting pitcher, not very good. Their bullpen is, however, is their bullpen? Yeah, they got a top 10 bullpen. Kansas City has a borderline bottom 10 bullpen. I think minus 150 is a really good line. I would parlay with that with something else because minus 150 is just a little too much juice to be taking singles. In my opinion, I do not like taking that. Kansas City is on a 5-game losing streak. Boston just swept the Yankees, probably feeling pretty good. They're at home where they're 23-17. Kansas City's, yeah, I just like nothing more to it. I like Boston here. That's a good line for them. I can see Kansas City Royals upsetting them if they can score runs early. And if they do score runs early, I might even live bet Boston on this one. Kansas City's just not good. Their pitching is bad. Danny Duffy's good, but sporadic. He's had 2 good outings the last 2 outings, but he's only pitched 1 and 2 innings, and then they got shelled in their bullpen. So if he only pitches 1 or 2 innings, absolutely take Boston. Next, that was at 7:10. Another 7:10 game. We have Cleveland Indians at home going against Detroit Tigers. Cleveland Indians getting minus 162. Wow. Minus 162. Detroit Tigers are getting plus 138. Looks like Indians getting pretty much 50% of tickets, but 75% of money. Matt Manning on the mound for Detroit. Eli Morgan on the mound for Cleveland. This will be an interesting one because Detroit is streaking right now. They are playing way better than what they should. They've won 5 out of their last 5. However, they just beat Houston. They only lost to Houston the game before that, 2-3. They did get shelled the game before that, but it's Houston. Kind of expect it. Eli Morgan is a not very good pitcher. 10.32 ERA with a 1.68 whip. Matt Manning, on the other hand, is a very good pitcher. 3.38 ERA, 1.22 whip. Looks like Eli's going to go for 3 or 4 innings. Matt Manning might go for 5 or 6, depending on how he's doing. Let's see. I hate when they do not show starting pitching stats. Eli Morgan's only pitched 3 games this year. He went 2 innings, or 2.2 innings, 3.2 innings, and 5 innings. He gave up 8 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs, and 6, 3, and 4 earned runs. However, his last outing, he struck out 9 people. He does not walk people very often. He gives up a couple home runs. This is a tough one. This is a toughie. I think. See, the problem is as soon as Eli Morgan goes out, Cleveland has a very good bullpen. They have a top 5 bullpen, top 6 bullpen. So it's not like even if they get him out immediately, they're going to struggle. However, Detroit's been playing pretty well. Their pitching has gotten better. Their bats have gotten a little bit better, even against Houston. I guess their bats struggled a little bit against Houston, but it's Houston. I don't have a play for this. However, if you'd like to pick an underdog for the day, I don't think Detroit's a bad play. I don't think they're a bad play. I'm not sure. This is kind of a stay away. I don't trust that. But if you want an underdog play, Detroit. Detroit team total over, maybe? What's the game total? I didn't even look at the game total over. What am I doing? It's 9.5. So Detroit's probably going to be over 3.5, over 4.5. Over 3.5 would be interesting if it's not too juiced. While you find that. Next game, 8-10. Kyle Hendricks on the mound for the Cubs. Kyle Hendricks is a great pitcher. Freddie Peralta on the mound for the Brewers. Looks like Cubs are getting plus 130 on the road. Milwaukee's getting minus 155 at home. 67% of tickets on the Brewers. 77% of money on the Brewers. Let's see here. Okay. Cubs. Kyle Hendricks on the mound. 3.84 whip, or sorry, 3.84 ERA with a 1.26 whip. Peralta, great pitcher. 2.11 ERA with a 0.86 whip. So both good starting pitchers. Looks like the under/over is set at 7.5. Cubs do struggle on the road. They are 16-23, yet 26-13 at home. Brewers, basically the same team on the road as they are at home. They are 23-18 at home. Let's see the starting pitchers here, how we're doing. Kyle Hendricks has been a monster the last 3 games. He's 3-0. He's a 1.0 ERA. He's been averaging 6 innings. His hits are in half of his average. He has half. That was a bad sentence. He is averaging half the amount of hits in the last 3 games that he does on the season. His whip in the last 3 games is a 0.67, which is incredible. That's DeGrom numbers right there. Freddie Peralta, on the other hand, has basically been the same at home and in his last three with a 1.59 ERA, which is very good. And his whip is also 0.82, 0.67 at home. These pitchers are very, very good. Very good. So I want to see why. So Freddie Peralta has gone against Arizona, Milwaukee. Or sorry, not Arizona, Milwaukee. Arizona, Cincinnati, Arizona, Washington, Padres, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Milwaukee. Or not Milwaukee, god damn it. Miami. Atlanta. So it seems like anytime he plays someone that have good bats, because he's gone against Arizona put up 0, which doesn't surprise me. Arizona sucks. Cincinnati put up 2, which kind of surprised me because Cincinnati have good bats, but are sporadic. Cincinnati put up 2 again. Arizona only put up 1. Washington only put up 1. Padres put up 2. Cincinnati put up 4. But see, Atlanta put up 9, and Atlanta's the best offensive team on that list. And he struggled against Atlanta. He did strike him out 8 times. Oh, never mind. He didn't struggle against Atlanta. So Peralta's a very good pitcher no matter who he's playing against. I don't have a play for this, but I want to really badly. I want to put a team total over on someone, but I don't know who to do it with because I trust Kyle Hendricks a lot. I do not trust Milwaukee's bats at all. I don't trust the Cubs on the road either. This is a stay away game. Maybe the under, but it looks like it's a little. Are they? Wow. Freddie Peralta is a monster, though. I don't know if I can bet against his last outing. He went 6 innings, 1 hit, and 10 strikeouts. He did walk 4, but yeah. I think that might be a stay away. I trust both those pitchers a lot. Those are 2 pitchers that I normally don't fade, so stay away, I believe. Covers has a free pick on the next game, over 9.5 for the Astros and Orioles. Astros getting juiced out of their mind, which makes sense because the Orioles are terrible on the road. Houston Astros coming in at minus 305 today. Baltimore Orioles at plus 245. Astros 90% of tickets, 98% of money. Holy shit. Zach Greinke on the mound. Thomas Eshelman. Yeah, Eshelman on the mound for the Orioles. Greinke has a 3.56 ERA with a 1.11 whip. Eshelman, on the other hand, has a 7.27 ERA with a 1.5 whip. Holy hell. Can you check what the Astros team total over is? I'm guessing it's 5.5. But give me plus money at 5.5, and I might end up taking that. Let's see Greinke's last couple starts. Yikes. They honestly might hit it still. I mean, it might still be a decent bet. Greinke is probably going to go for, actually, he goes for a while sometimes. He's going to go anywhere from 6 to 9 innings pretty much, unless he gets shelled, which he normally doesn't. He's not a big strikeout guy, but he's a placement pitcher. Doesn't give up many earned runs. It looks like 1-3-4, 1-1, 4-1. Like, yeah, not many home runs. He gives up about 1-0 a game. He only walks about 1 or 2 guys a game. Good, solid pitcher. On the other hand, Eshelman, not a good, solid pitcher. He's only pitched twice this year. His last game was against Houston, where he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, only struck out 1 guy. His other game, he pitched for 4.2, had 3 hits, 1 earned run. So we don't know what we're gonna get out of him. I would think you're good to place Astros in a monster parlay at minus 300. That's a lot of juice. Don't know if it's worth it, especially at 98%. You'd have to take about what, minus 2.5 just to get close to minus 110. And I don't even think that's going to get you there. Yeah, minus 2.5 gets you, minus 1.5 gets you minus 148, minus 2.5 gets you about minus 110. I don't know if it's worth it. That's a tough one. Interesting. However, yeah, that over 5.5 is not impossible by any means. I just don't want to lay it because I just don't want to. That's a tough one. At minus 125, that's a lot of juice trying to get 6 runs. Next game, we have at 8:10, Minnesota versus the Chicago White Sox. On the mound for Chicago will be Giolito. He has a 3.8 ERA with a 1.1 WHIP. Kenta Maeda is on the mound for Minnesota with a 5.02 ERA and a 1.46 WHIP. I believe Kenta's been much better in his last 3 than how he started the season. Yet 3.77 ERA in his last 3 with a 1.12 WHIP. He's definitely been playing better. Giolito, 3.5 ERA with a flat 1 WHIP in his last 3. Let's see who Giolito's been pitching. Yeah, it looks like he's been pretty consistent all season. He's gonna go for anywhere from 6 to 8 innings, and he's gonna give up anywhere between 1 and 4 runs. That's pretty much what he's done every single game. He gives up about 4 or 5 hits a game. Just very consistent, same all the way through, basically the same stats every game. You can kind of know what you're going to expect, kind of guess what you're going to get from him. Kenta Maeda, on the other hand, is a little bit sporadic. Been playing pretty well in his last 5, started the season like dog shit. 2-1-3-3 earned runs in his last 4. What's the under over for this game? 8.5. What's White Sox team total over? 4.5 at minus 150. I hope it is. Ooh. Ooh. I like both of those actually. I do like the White Sox over 4.5. I know their bats haven't been working as well. I know they're very, very injured. However, it's the Twins. The Twins had a good outing yesterday, which means today they will not have a good outing. They allowed. You know what? Maybe I'm giving the Twins some shit. I'm a biased Twins fan because I have watched them shit the bed for multiple years. They have won 7 of their past 10. They did beat Cleveland 2 out of the 3 and put up 8 runs both times. However, they gave up 7 the one time. They lost to Cincinnati and beat Cincinnati. They let Cincinnati score a lot of runs. They swept Texas, which isn't saying much considering they only won by 2, 1-1. I don't know. They're better than what I'm giving them credit for. However, I know my Twins and I know inter-division games. And if they win one inter-division game, I can promise you they will lose the next one. Give me the Chicago White Sox team total over today. And give me the win too. Actually, just give me the White Sox to win. I don't think we need to do team total over. Just give me the White Sox to win. It's against a righty. I know we're not supposed to do that. However, the White Sox have sucked against lefties lately. I will say they have sucked against lefties. So maybe the regression is coming in. Maybe they're doing better against righties now. Who knows? But I do like the White Sox with that. And I do like that maybe White Sox Boston kind of parlay. Maybe a Sox parlay today. The Sox parlay. I wonder what that's at. Let me check. Check real quick because I do like that parlay. Wait, I didn't check what money was on the White Sox, and I don't want them to be stacked on. Perfect. Tickets and money both about 50-50 split. That's what I like to see. Give me, let's see here, MLB, White Sox, and Red Sox. I got plus 175. DraftKings, it will be better on DraftKings because Fox Bet has these juiced way more. It's probably around plus 200 on DraftKings. I like that. I like that a lot. Moving on to 8:15, we have Arizona D-backs and St. Louis Cardinals. This is just a shit bowl. St. Louis has been terrible lately. Arizona Diamondbacks are just terrible in general. St. Louis at home getting minus 175. D-backs on the road getting plus 150. It looks like Cardinals getting stacked on with 76% of money, 76% of tickets, 78% of money. D-backs is starting Jake Faria, maybe. St. Louis starting Wade LeBlanc. Both Pitchers are 0-0. Both pitchers have about a 4 ERA. However, Feria has a 1 flat whip. LeBlanc has a 1.35 whip. However, both pitchers will only be going for 1 inning today. This is not a back-to-back game, right? This is not a 7-inning game. I'm not wrong about that. Yes, I'm right. Which then really surprises me why the under-over set at 9, because both these teams have a dog shit bullpen. Very bad. I understand that both offenses are ranked 16th and 27th, but both bullpens are bad. Arizona has the 3rd worst bullpen. St. Louis actually is a middle of the pack bullpen. However, when your starting pitcher is only going to go for an inning, you're going to have to dig into that bullpen a little bit. Let's see how starting pitchers have been in their last 3. Oh, that's interesting. Last 3, Jake Feria is a 2.76 ERA with a 1.29 whip. Not bad. LeBlanc has been playing really well in his last 3. 1.89 ERA with a 0.1 or 1.05 whip. However, at home, he gets shelled with an 11.5 ERA and a 2.1 whip. So I just want to dive into this a little bit, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yes, Jake Feria will be going 1 or 2 innings. He's given up his last 2 games. He's only gone 1 inning, and he struck out 1 and 2, and he's given up no hits. So he'll probably be fine. Let's see how the Cardinals do with Wade LeBlanc. Looks like he normally gives up 0 runs, but every once in a while he'll just get shelled. So he only goes 1 inning. He went 3 innings one time, 2 innings one time, but almost always 1 inning. He's gone 3-0-0-0-0-4-0-0-0-3. So he's either going to get shelled off the rip or he's going to be fine. What's the no runs first inning on this, Sean? Well, give me a little nerfy. Give me a little nerfy on this one. This is an interesting little nerfy. Ooh, that may not be a bad idea. Who do I want? Oh, you're going to outer space there, Sean. Blast off. What are the team total overs? Are they both 4.5? I'd imagine. And what are the odds on those? Also, D-backs is a shit team on the road. I'm just gonna point that out. Oh, they finally get one? Yeah. What are those team total overs? Over 9 might not be bad. Over 9 might not be a bad pick in this game because I really don't know which team's going to do what. I trust the D-backs offense more. However, their defense is so bad. D-backs are over 3.5. I mean, that really surprises me. D-backs last games, they've put up 4-10-5 against one of the best pitching teams. 2-0-5-8-3-0-3. That's not bad at all. So they've hit over 3.5 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their last 5 against decent pitching teams too. St. Louis, on the other hand, has put up 2-3, 4, 2-2-2, 2-0, 9, 1-0. So definitely not as good offensively at all. They have the 27th ranked offense. Yeah. Give me Arizona Diamondbacks team total over 3.5. What did you say it was at? -10 or minus 121. I like that. Arizona Diamondbacks over 3.5 -121. LeBlanc probably won't give up. And then the nerfy too. I kind of like the nerfy. I'm gonna have to remember that. I like that nerfy. We might have to do that one. Let's see here. That's almost last game, right? One more. We have the Giants. Anthony Disclafani is going against Trevor Bauer tonight. There is a free pick on covers. Spread knowledge says over 8 because of stats from 2018. I'll just say that. It looks like. Come on. Where's the game? Give me the game. There we go. Giants on the road getting plus 155. Dodgers at home getting minus 186. However, Giants are getting stacked on with 61% of tickets, 84% of money. This is a great place to take the Dodgers, I feel like. Both pitchers very good, very similar ERAs. Desclafani 2.77, Trevor Bauer 2.57. Both pitchers have a 1 flat whip. Both pitchers will go for 6 innings or more. I really don't know what else to say here. Anthony Disclafani has a 0.43 whip in his last, 0.43 ERA in his last 3. He's averaging 7 innings in his last 3. He's only averaging a 0.67 whip in his last 3. That is DeGrom numbers. Trevor Bauer, last 3 has been a little bit worse. 3.26 ERA with a 1.34 whip, and he's been walking people a lot more than normal. However, he is pretty good at home. Also, Desclafani is a terrible pitcher at day, but a great pitcher at night. And this is a night game. This is a good spot for the Giants to upset. This is one of my more favorite upsets of the day. However, I don't like the fact that they are getting stacked on as away dogs against the Dodgers of all teams with 84% of money. I would really like to pick them as underdogs. However, I don't think I can with them getting stacked on against the Dodgers at home. I like them. It's a good position for them. I think they can get into the Dodgers bullpen and do some work, do some damage. And Desclafani is not going to give up much. But I don't trust it. Public's all stacked on it for a reason. I don't trust it. Maybe put the Giants in like a long shot parlay with a couple other underdogs today. Notable underdogs that I do kind of like today are the Detroit Tigers. That's probably about it actually for maybe the Cubs. I don't know. I don't trust it. But yeah, maybe with the Tigers and I don't know what else. Lightning minus 1.5 if you want to go big. That'd be a decent long shot. That's not too bad. That's it for baseball, and that's it for bets, right? Because WNBA does not play on Mondays. Let me just double check because I don't know that for sure, actually. Yep, they don't play on Mondays. We gotta wait till tomorrow for the Liberty and Dream and Sun and Mystics. It's unfortunate. Speaking of WNBA, I know I tweeted it out yesterday, but Diana Taurasi, I don't trust the Cubs either. Yeah, nope, I don't trust them. Speaking of WNBA, Diana Taurasi came back yesterday from injury, finally. That has to be one of the smartest basketball players I've ever seen in my life. I watched that game while I was sitting in the airport, and she is so damn smart with everything she does. The switches, the ball movement, the communication, the decision-making, the everything. I have never seen someone just run a court like that. Like I'm saying, like, and I know that the skill gap might be bigger in the WNBA than the NBA, as far as when your top players to your average starters kind of thing, where the elites are truly elite in WNBA. But I'm saying, like, I'm going to compare this to LeBron kind of thing because her awareness is incredible and her defensive awareness is incredible. And just everything she does was so fluent on the court, and she knew where every pass was going to go. She knew where all of her players were. And to do that coming off an injury for a month or two is just insanely impressive. Like, I've never seen a basketball player just go right back into an offense and be a dominant force. I think she scored 27, got 4 boards and another 5 assists or something. Just insane. And pair that up with Brittany Griner and Phoenix Mercury, maybe a weapon here coming down the stretch. Well, not really coming down the stretch. We're still in June. God, we still have like over 2 months of WNBA. I might make a WNBA season long package. I might do it. What are $40, $50? Maybe. We should. That would be fun. Futures, the Suns still look good for the WNBA. I mean, they're definitely not a front runner or anything, but they did take down the Sky yesterday. And the Sky are probably the hottest team in the WNBA right now, and they demolished them. So I still feel good about that future. However, I'm sure the Mercury's sitting at very good odds. And if Diana Taurasi can get that team to play well, they could have a shot. But the Aces and Storm, I think, are still very much front runners. Other futures, we have the Lightning playing in the NHL Finals. That's going to be fun. You should. I think she was talking about the power rankings. No. Spam calls, damn it. Anyways, do you have the clip of little Diego? Or not Diego, Hector. Hector Santiago. Because I do want to see this, and we should show it before we go. Because I think it was pretty funny, and then I want to hear the post-game interview as well. When he says that he didn't cheat, even though his coach said he was covered in rosin, and then he openly admits that he had rosin on him. Yeah, he's like, I didn't use foreign substance, I just used rosin. Well, sir, I don't know if you checked the newest rule update, but you can't do that. Little Hector, little cheating bastard. Lightning in 5, by the way. Yep, Lightning in 5. They're gonna win. They're gonna win both games at home. Montreal will take one in Montreal, and then it's gonna come back to Tampa Bay, where they will win Game 5. Lightning in 5. I'm putting a future on it. I wonder what that pays out. Lightning 5. Oh.
Bye.
Wow, they really checked it.
Yep. Whoa. You can't advertise to me, dude.
Yeah, not much, but I do want to hear his post-game interview because that'll be an interesting one. I haven't listened to it yet. He kind of like knew. It looks like he kind of knew he was caught.
Yeah.
Like, oh, really? You're really gonna eject me for not following the rules? Like, we're really doing this? Like, yeah, dude. MLB said they're really doing this. Rob Manfred does hate baseball.
Here it is. I found the interview.
Just a second.
Yeah, let me switch it over here because they're different now.
I'm gonna start putting. I feel like MLB is gonna be interesting today. I don't know if it's gonna go very well or very bad, but I feel like it's gonna be an interesting day in MLB. Either public's going to crush it or get crushed.
Dude, everything's... Stop advertising to me. I'm trying to do something.
Stop it. No free advertising on the Fellows Show, damn it.
Okay.
Unless we're talking about Last Chance U, because that's a great show.
Sure.
Great show. Does anyone in the chat watch Last Chance U? Because you should.
All right, here's the post game interview. Hopefully you can hear it.
Because going into this, once it came up, I was just like, I'm going to use rosin. That's what we got. I don't want this to be a big thing. I don't want this to happen to me. So, and he said he just felt some stuff sticky on the inside of the glove. So all I used was rosin. I mean, I used it on both sides, arm, sweat, trying to keep that sweat from dripping down to the hands. I mean, that's the only thing I use rosin. That's about it.
When Hector came off the mound, obviously you guys aren't here. It's about 85 to 90% humidity today with the guy sweating. He had rosin, all over himself. Phil said he thought he had some sticky stuff in his glove. When you put rosin on sweat, it gets sticky. That's why they have a rosin bag back there. So, take it from there. It goes, the glove gets sent off, and we'll see where it goes. But our guys are doing the right thing. They're following the rule. The umpires are trying to do the best they can in a tough situation. He thought he felt something sticky. Rosin does get sticky when you put it on sweat. So we'll wait and see what happens.
There you go.
Am I mistaken, or is rosin illegal now?
Well, I suppose the thing is that he wasn't had. Well, every time
It's definitely illegal now, right?
Every time I've heard rosin, though, it's been in a mixture with sunscreen for the stickiness.
Yes.
I don't know if it's illegal to have it on your
but
arms.
rosin and sweat is illegal too, is it not?
But is it illegal to have on your arms or just to throw it? Like,
according to MLB's policy, a manager can be disciplined for making a request in bad faith. Okay, well. Scherzer later explained that he normally licks his fingers during games and was sick of tasting rosin. I still can't get an answer if rosin's actually illegal, because I swear I've heard that it's now illegal.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the sticky things. But I guess it's weird because if the purpose is to just keep sweat off of your hands, is it different in that case?
Okay, so this says only rosin. Baseball fans weren't familiar with the sticky or foreign. They are now mid-season, but sticky pace and blah, 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 blah. And back and forth about these substances can be easily confusing. MLB rules forbid pitchers from applying any foreign substance directly to baseballs. Pitchers are allowed to put rosin, a sticky powder made from pine tree sap, on their hands to better grip the baseball, but aren't allowed to put anything else on their hands because it could get on the baseball. So he is allowed to use rosin. However, rosin and sweat is very sticky and can be easily mistaken with rosin and sunscreen. I don't know. This is stupid. This is just dumb. This is what's going to happen.
There's no way it's going to work then. There's no way that they can do that.
How do you allow a sticky substance but tell you if you combine it with other natural things, like it's 100 degrees at some of those baseball games. How do you not wear sunscreen? How does a pitcher not wear sunscreen? Sorry, I don't want to get skin cancer.
Well,
wear sunscreen.
You can always wear
Get
sunscreen.
rosin so you're oh man. But then if you have sunscreen and then you put rosin on to try and make it so the ball doesn't come flying out of your hands.
You can't put it on your hand, I guess.
Man, these rules don't make any sense. And they're not clear at all. They're so unclear.
It sounds like he just thought it was on his arms, but it wasn't.
And who said it? I think, did DeGrom or Scherzer say, this is stupid because umpires, if they don't like a certain pitcher, can easily say exactly what they said to Hector Santiago. Like, oh, no, we think it's more than just rosin. You have to go. He said this is going to happen because there are umpires out there who don't like certain pitchers that don't get along with them, and this is going to happen. And it's happening.
Well, they do send it away to get tested and stuff. And let's keep in mind, this is the first two to get caught. Could be lying.
Could be lying. Could definitely be lying. Could definitely be more than rosin on that glove.
But we'll find out. And if it's not, I think there's going to be even more outrage. If this comes out as just,
if
people are gonna
this
be mad.
comes out as it was just rosin,
yeah.
Oof. there's going to be hell to pay.
I wonder if the MLB would even let it out.
I really
wonder
hope
if
it
they'd
comes
even
back
say.
with not rosin. I hope it comes back with only rosin. I think it would be funny. I think the pitchers are going to blow up if it's only rosin. I don't think it's funny. I think it's going to be entertaining. Very entertaining. I love the controversies in baseball right now. They're very good. But with that, it's 12:10. It is a Monday.
Yeah.
Get the
Both
hell
of
out of
these
here.
things are true.
Get out of here. Go put some bets in. Go win some money. If you're in VIP, you're going to have to wait about a half hour to an hour, and then picks will be out. No WNBA tonight. I think we've pretty much given what we're leaning today anyways. Just a couple last tweaks, last little research. Make sure we're not missing any angles. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good Monday.
It's gonna be a good day.
Enjoy your Monday, fellas. We'll be here all week long, 10 to 12, as always.
As always.
We both will be here all week long this time.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? All week
Bam.
long. Go to heyfellas.co, heyfellas.co, heyfellas.co.
Look
Go
at
check
all
it
the
out.
things.
There's merchandise. There might even be an email with a promo code coming out.
Woo.
And there may be a new package for WNBA. I'm going to have to look into it.
Yeah, we'll
I might
consider
want
that.
I like that one. Good luck to everyone. Good luck to VIP. Get out of here.
As always. Have a great
Bye,
Monday.
fellas. Have a great Monday.
Great Monday.
Okay.